Yeah, you. Are you new to government contracting and you've been pursuing service-based contracts via SAM.gov, where you put in countless hours of assembling your team, putting together your responses to those RFPs, only to find out you didn't win, and you're feeling that the system may be slightly rigged against you, and you're just chasing your tail? Well, hey, don't give up. There is a better option, and it's called selling products to the Defense Logistics Agency, better known as the DLA. Hey, I'm the DLA Guru, and I've been in this space for the past 20 years, and I put together a fantastic YouTube channel that's packed with information and hacks to give you some insight on how to position yourself to sell to the DLA. Take a look at my channel and subscribe today. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. The DLA Guru is back in the building. Yes, back in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh my God, my goodness. I am feeling super fantastic today. It's just feeling blessed and highly favored in more ways than one. And yeah, hey, guess what? Today is our bi-monthly live stream scheduled for my Brigadier Generals and my Patreon member community. Yes, today is your day. We're going to be getting together, closed circuit, camming up and micing up over here in the StreamYard area in order to talk anything and everything related to the DLA. We're going to be talking about DLA solicitations, DLA national stock numbers, vendor development, you name it, anything that keeps you up at night in order to assist you on your journey of increasing your business and your depth and breadth of your spread of opportunities with the Defense Logistics Agency, working with yours truly, the DLA Guru. So today is your day. So if you are a Brigadier General and or a Patreon member, you guys know where to find me. You want to go to the community forum tab for the respective platforms. There should be a link that is just for your eyes and your mouse clicks only in order to invite you over here in StreamYard in my waiting room. And once I get about 3 or 4 Brigadier Generals, I like to have a nice quorum of Brigadier Generals in the waiting room there. Then we'll be going closed circuit and working with you guys probably for a good hour and a half or so. I normally have this training go from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And, you know, sometimes I may hang out a little longer depending on what we're all talking about within that community. All right. So, and for those of you who may be new to me and new to my content and new to my channel, if you are a new DLA vendor, if you're a seasoned DLA vendor and you'd like to connect with us over here in our closed circuit training, today is your day. It's easy for you to just basically click the link that you see pinned to the comment section there. There is a link that will invite you to upgrade your subscription, yes, to the illustrious Brigadier General level so that you, one, be supporting the channel. 2, you will have access to a wide variety of exclusive content that's strictly for Brigadier Generals. It's members only content where you'll be seeing some of the live stream training that we've had in the past. I think there are probably about 23 or so 2-hour long or so videos that are in there. So it's just a lot of value that'll come back to you for increasing your subscription and upgrading to the Brigadier General level. So you can get all the nuggets and the know-how and the insight in order for you to hit the ground running and to see if the DLA could definitely be a viable customer for you in your DLA, in your federal contracting business journey. All right. So that's what today is all about. And if I have any Brigadier Generals or Patreon members who are kind of out there watching, looks like we have 3 concurrent viewers, feel free to drop me a little love in the comment section there to let me know that you're in the building, because I love the engagement from my community. Now, before Brigadier Generals and Patreon members start to chime in, today I do have a fantastic presentation just for my subscribers at large. All right, right now we've broken the 3,000 subscriber mark, so I wanted to just thank everyone out there for your love, for hitting that old subscribe button and helping the channel to grow. It means a ton to me. Yeah, I got to give it a round of applause because that is a fantastic milestone achievement in such a niche market that my content covers with in doing business with the world's largest customer, the DLA. All right, so but you guys are here today to talk a little bit about, you saw the thumbnail and you saw the title, and yes, today I'm going to be doing a nice deep dive into a DLA contracting plan that I believe will be a very great start for you to hit the ground running for success in doing business with the DLA. So I want you to basically strap in, sit back, relax, grab your pen and paper, take some notes, get inspired, get empowered, I'm sorry, in order to, put your mind around doing business with the Defense Logistics Agency, because trust me, guys, it's something that you can do if you just have the right mindset and you have the right information and the right tools at your fingertips in order to get involved in supporting the world's largest military, which is United States military. All right. So that's what today we're going to be talking about. But before getting into my content, guys, I want to just open it up with a little bit of a prayer. There's a lot of things going on in the world, here in the United States. A lot of things, if you turn on the news, it's just like, oh, the roof's on fire. I mean, I'm still here in St. Louis, hailing from St. Louis, and we're still battling a lot of what took place a couple of weeks ago with the tornado that ripped up the north side of St. Louis. And this is a lot of folks that are hurting out there. So if you are in St. Louis and you're chiming in to what the DLA Guru is cooking today, this prayer is definitely for you. It's the prayer of Jabez, and it goes, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, that you would keep me from evil, that I may not be caused pain. It's a fantastic prayer that I highly recommend that you Google it. It's in the Bible. It's just a complete prayer next to the Lord's Prayer. And I've been praying this prayer for the past about 20 odd years. I learned the prayer when I was around 23 years old. And it's just been a part of my life as I've committed it to memory. I highly suggest that you investigate that prayer and add it to your prayer repertoire, right? So the prayer of Jabez. So let's go ahead and dive in to what you guys are here in the building, what you guys are here for today. It looks like we got 8 concurrent viewers and only 2 likes. Hey, get those likes up, because it helps the algorithm to know that the DLA Guru is in the building, and it'll send my message out to a broader audience. But today you guys are here because you want to learn a little bit, get a little insight on what it's like to actually get involved in DLA contracting and what type of plan that you might be able to wrap your mind around. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So thank you for joining me. And of course, today is my members only content. For those new of you that are kind of chiming in, looks like folks are starting to kind of come into the building here. We're going to be doing a closed circuit topic as well. So it's not only just fielding questions that you guys got, but I got a little something else that I'll add to my members only community. And today's topic is going to be creating a DLA opportunity watch list. And what that means is the DLA has over 100,000 solicitations on its DLA internet bid board system every single day. At any given moment, there are about 100,000 opportunities for you, that is you, small business, medium and large businesses, to bid on. But hey, how do you kind of wrap your mind around that, right? How do you put up a system, and how do you put a system in place in order to be able to be positioned to be able to receive the opportunities and to know how much time you have left, what to bid on, and how to filter 100,000 opportunities that to focus myopically on what you are able to provide, what your core competency is, what your capability is. All right. So today is going to be talking a little bit about that. And by the way, the DLA awards over 10,000 contracts every single day. And for those of you who may be new to my content, the DLA, the Defense Logistics Agency, they specialize in buying products, namely products in support of the world's largest military, right? So that's who the DLA is. And our content, my channel, is all about how you can hit the ground running and supporting this customer. So that's what today's live stream topic is going to be. Members only topic during this live stream will be about. So if you're interested in kind of learning a little bit about watch lists and how our company positions ourselves in order to field and filter all those great opportunities so that we're a bidding machine, today will be your day to go ahead and upgrade your subscription to the Brigadier General level. All right. So that's for that. Now, again, my name is Kiwi Hendricks. I am the U.S. Government Sales Manager with the National Material Supply Company. We have been servicing the U.S. military by way of federal contracting for the past 20 plus years, and namely working with the Defense Logistics Agency. So I've coined the name the DLA Guru for more ways than one, because I have skipped my knee and bumped my head enough to know what not to do. And I've had enough successes to know what you should do. All right. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about some things that you should do. And I'm actually going to showcase a contract award that I recently won, that I personally bid, just to kind of show that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. So, hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. thank you for joining me today. All right, looks like we got 6 concurrent viewers and 2 likes. Hey, get those likes up. I know I haven't got into the content itself, but I kind of got to prime the pump a little bit. So if you're interested in talking with me during this live stream, feel free to drop any comments that you have within the chat. I'll be fielding any comments that you got. Let me know where you're hailing from, because I always like to know the city and state and just the kind of the depth and breadth of my reach with my content. It's great for engagement. Also hit that like button and share this content, share this video feed to friends, family, business colleagues. Because hey, I got 3,000 subscribers, but hey, the sky's the limit. I'd love to have 50,000 subscribers. So the only way I can get that done is by working, or you guys assisting me on my journey. You see what the brother is cooking. You see what I'm cooking in these YouTube streets. So help me out if you can by just sharing the good word about what I'm doing in order to help to empower, inspire you for success with the DLA. And by all means, hit that subscribe, or hit that notification bell, in order to be notified whenever I drop relevant content that's designed strictly for empowering, inspiring you for success with the DLA. All right, cool. So that's out the way. DLA contracting plan for beginners. Yes, the beginners. A lot of folks are just afraid of getting involved with federal contracting because they're like, man, how in the world can I do this? It can be done. And before getting into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about our live stream sponsor. Yes, we do have a sponsor that kind of helps us to keep the bills paid over here. It's our good friends over at Prasm Clothing. I've been a part of this organization for quite some time. And let me scroll to the very top there. So yeah, this is their website here. Prasm Clothing, fantastic products that they offer. If you're into versatile, high quality clothing that works for any occasion, Prasm has gotten you covered. Their pieces are designed for comfort without sacrificing style. So whether you're at the gym, on a night out, or just relaxing at home, you look and feel amazing. They have some fantastic products. Men's solid color, low cut ankle socks, as you can see on the screen there. And they are made of an Egyptian cotton blend. And they also have a lineup of sports wristbands, as well as unisex D-ring belts. These are fantastic color style accessories that will kind of give you a little bit of that flair. As a matter of fact, I got some Prasm socks on right now as I'm doing my live stream, and I'm telling you, they feel fantastic on my feet. So highly recommend you take a look at our friends. That is Prasm Clothing. That's PRASM clothing.com. Yes. And if you log into the site and you buy some of their products, let them know the DLA Guru sent you. All right. So I really appreciate you. I appreciate our live stream sponsor today. And if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, we launched a YouTube store about 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to just drop this in the chat there. There's a link that takes you right to our YouTube store. And that YouTube store has the full lineup of Prasm clothing that's in there. So if you buy something through the YouTube store, you don't have to leave the platform. A lot of content creators talk about super chats and things like that. But guess what? You can buy some of the products to the store, and that supports the channel's growth and supports yours truly, the DLA Guru. So I really, really appreciate you for supporting me in that way. And if you guys notice, they have a new, I guess if you can see there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, any types of comments that come on, they're just automatically posted. This is a new feature that StreamYard launched. So this is my first time using it. So it looks like we got Jamila in Atlanta, Georgia. She's saying, thanks for opening with the prayer. Yes, Jamila, yeah, we got to lead this with prayer, because you can't do anything without having a spiritual focus and having God on your side. That's the only way that you can be successful, whether it's federal contracting or just navigating just life in general, right? So you always got to lead with keeping the eyes on the prize. That is the spirituality of things. All right, cool. So DLA contracting plan. I always get so many folks reaching out to me saying, hey, DLA Guru, how in the world can I get rich overnight selling to the DLA? And I always say, man, I've been doing this for over 20 years. And I'm telling you, federal contracting is not, I repeat, is not a get rich quick scheme. All right. This is a business, and it's a business that you have to grow. You have to grow it step by step. And so I always tell my response to those questions is always, you want to crawl, then you want to walk, then you want to run before you can fly. All right. So that's the way, that's the mindset that you want to have. Government contracting, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. All right. It's a mile marathon. I don't know if you guys have ever run a mile marathon. I remember trying to run the mile marathon in high school. I almost lost my life doing it. But I think if you have a focus on crawling, walking, and running, then flying, I think you'll find more success, more benefit in the journey of figuring out how you can find your lane to doing more and more government contracting with the DLA. And so today I'm going to be showcasing a contract that I recently bid on. It's a very, very, small value contract, but a high profit margin. And it's for a commercial off-the-shelf product. So hang out with me a little while as I kind of go through this. I think you're going to really enjoy learning a little bit about how you may be able to employ some of these techniques in your DLA contracting plan as it relates to crawling, walking, running, then flying. All right. With this mindset, it's going to ensure that you grow and learn at your own pace. So do not think about getting rich overnight. You're just going to crash and burn. That's not the play. All right. So you want to focus on your growth, and that's by looking at opportunities that are what I consider low-hanging fruit. And today I'm going to be showcasing a low-hanging fruit opportunity that I was able to find because of our watch list and how we watch opportunities that come down the pipe with this particular vendor, and two, being able to find the opportunity or find the product and then be able to bid that product to the DLA. So we're going to be showcasing a little bit of that. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and dive in. Yeah, I forgot I had this bullet point here. So we're going to review that now. So give me a second as I kind of change the landscape of everything here. I got to minimize that and in the slideshow for a second there. Okay, give me a second. Okay, cool. So this particular contract, and I'll just show you whenever you win a contract with the DLA. And I kind of had some of this stuff prepped before the live stream today, but let me make it a little bigger for those of you in the back. So whenever you win a contract award with the DLA, you always get an email that comes from the DLA and says, hey, you've got mail. No, but actually the subject says awards, and it'll put your cage code, and then it tells you the date of the award, which today is May 31st. So we won this contract a few days ago. And this is just kind of boilerplate information that's in here that just kind of tells you about the award information. And then they have a hyperlink that you click. And so I'll go ahead and click it. You can see I've already clicked it earlier. So let me go ahead and click the hyperlink. What this hyperlink it does, it takes you exactly to the award detail. So you can see on the screen here, a lot of these awards, it'll tell you the date of the award, a lot of redundant information that's here, shows our company information, our company name, National Supplies, you can see there. And then as we scroll down, and keep in mind, this was a very low-hanging fruit. So this opportunity is, or I bid on this as a way to showcase how anyone can do this type of work. And so there were 2 items that are on this contract, and the total dollar value of the contract, as you can see on screen here, was around a little over $1,500. All right. So you're like, okay, cool. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but it's a way that you can have repeatable business with one of the largest customers. Again, the DLA spends over $50 billion a year, right? So here's $1,500 out of $1 billion. But anyway, so let's keep scrolling down. And so as we look at this contract award, the things that you really want to care about, I'm not going to get into all the details there, but you want to look at what it is they are buying. And I just want to kind of highlight, it's a Home Depot item. So, you'll hear a lot of content creators, including myself, saying that, hey, there are 2 types of products that the DLA buys: commercial off the shelf, and then they buy precision or custom manufactured goods. And one area of interest that our company is in and growing is precision machine goods, as well as like military grade custom components and spare parts. All right. So those are 2 types of hats to have on. This hat is for what I consider for beginners, because you want to crawl, walk, run, then fly. So this is kind of how you kind of crawl and walk. It's kind of in between those 2 phases of your DLA contracting journey. But this particular opportunity was for Home Depot. And so internally, we set up a watch list with 4 Home Depot items. So anytime there's an item that the DLA is looking for, you can we use third-party software. I got a bunch of videos in my catalog that talk about a third-party software. So I don't really want to get into that that's what we're going to be talking about with our members today in our closed circuit training. So if you're interested in really getting into how we created a watch list just for filtering out Home Depot items, you want to upgrade your subscription today and meet us over here in StreamYard, because we'll be talking a little bit about that today. But this is what we did. So we had a watch list for Home Depot. I was like, wow, okay, there's a Home Depot opportunity. So at the solicitation level. So the first thing that we want to do is kind of take you back in time a little bit of how this all came together. I'm going to take the award information there, just copy that. And so let's go over to the DLA right now, and let's go over to the DLA's website. And so just go ahead and log in. And again, I'm not even logged in as myself. This is just public information. So you literally can go on the DLA's internet bid board system. For those of you who may be new to the DLA, this is what this is. You can see it in the upper left-hand corner, the Defense Logistics Agency Internet Bid Board System, which stands for DIBBS. That's the acronym, DIBBS. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to just drop in the award information here. I'm just going to, and then it doesn't like the hyphen, so I'm going to go ahead and back those hyphens out. So this is the award, and I'll just say award ending in 6682. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click go. And so what this does, it shows the award that we just had, the PDF version of it, shows our cage code, shows the $1,549.98. Okay, cool. The next step we want to do is kind of, again, we're backtracking, going back in time to how did we come about with the award. All right. And so the thing that you want to care about is the solicitation number. So you can see the solicitation number ends in 142H. So this was the opportunity where the DLA says, hey, we're looking for someone to bid on this contract. Now, also notice that this is a non-innocent item. So this is really interesting to showcase, because the DLA is all about national stock numbers, NSNs. But believe it or not, they do purchase products that don't have an innocent associated with them. All right. So you have to know how to build a watch list just based off of the manufacturer or the approved source in this case, which as Home Depot is the approved source. And we all know that Home Depot makes nothing. They are a distributor. So this is kind of how you have to know how to navigate working with the DLA, because it's not all about the manufacturer. All right. Sometimes it's just about the sources that the DLA recognizes as the place to go to buy that item. All right. So it's important to understand the solicitation number, because I'm taking you back in time of how I looked at this item. So it comes into our watch list. Home Depot has this item that they're looking to buy. And so I say, okay, cool. Let's do a little research on that. So let's go back in time to the actual solicitation number. I'm going to just drop that into the search field here. Actually, no, that's the wrong way of doing that. We won't do that. We'll go back to the basic award number again. That's better. Sometimes the DLA, I forgot, they kind of remove those whenever the awards are there. So the best way of kind of looking at it is this way. All right, so let's go back in there. Basic award number, we'll go back there. And so you can see that I was trying to go back in time to show the solicitation itself. Wait a minute, I did this the other day. I guess they removed it. Yeah, they removed it because I wanted you guys to see when they posted this item. Let's see if I can find it from the PR, see if that's still there. It may have, oh, it's still there. Okay, great. So it shows the solicitation number here. I don't know why it didn't pop up when I hit solicitation number, but anyway. So it shows you that they had issued the solicitation on February the 26th, all right? And then they wanted the quote to come in by March the 10th, all right? So this is a little over a month ago that this action was kind of going on, all right? So now what I'll do, using that solicitation number, I'll show you just kind of a snapshot in time as to how we use our systems in order to pull this information in. All right, so I'm going to open up our trusty NMS pricing tool version 2.0. You guys see me talking about this a lot. Yeah, this is something that we use in-house. This is my demo version of the tool, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and log into it. And this tool is available for sale. I designed this tool myself in-house. And this is what we use in order to manage all of the DLA solicitations and bidding opportunities and our manufacturers and vendors alike. All right, so I'm just kind of logging into my demo version of this, just kind of get it to where it can show a lot of flexibility with the tool. You can literally increase the text sizes. This is one of our enhancements in the version 2.0. And then so hopefully you guys can kind of see that. If you can't see it, let me know. Say, hey, make it a little larger because I don't want you squinting. I'm gonna do the best. It's hard for me to tell what you can see on your end, depending on if you're watching this on TV or you're watching this on your phone, but hopefully you guys can kind of see all the different fields in here. All right, the next step is we want to open up the output, and the output is a database that's stored on our cloud server. And so this database allows multiple users of the tool to access your data and also to extract data. All right, so what I want to do is find this particular solicitation number, and I'm going to remove the hyphens because we always remove hyphens out of our solicitation numbers. And I'm going to use a tool to search and find this opportunity because the award count comes in. So now we got to go through and like, what did we do a month ago? So this is how we are able to find that. And we see that the log file number in this case was 1673. All right, so I'm going to go back into my tool itself, and then I'm going to say edit log file 1673. Put that in, and it's just voila. Here, I'll make it just a little larger. No one's saying anything in the comments, but just make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing there. I'll make it a little bigger. All right, I don't want to make it too big, but we'll make it a little bit bigger for those of you in the back. But here in the tool, all these fields are editable. And so I was able to research from that solicitation what the DLA was looking for. And again, I do have the actual solicitation as a PDF that I'll just kind of bring over here and just kind of have it in the backdrop as we're kind of going over this training today. All right, let's see here. Go back there, open this guy up a little bit. Okay, so cool. Hopefully you guys can see it because it's hard for me to tell what you can see on my screens versus what you can see on your phone. But this is the actual PDF of the contract. I just want to scroll down to section B that gives all the information about what the DLA is looking for. So here's the item that's there. All right, that's the cage code for Home Depot. And then this is the part number that they're looking for. And then the item description itself, you may be wondering, it was a shower door. All right, so this is a little bit of a different type of opportunity because it's kind of disjointed. All the information is not where it needs to be. So keep in mind, there are little variances and nuances to how you do business with the DLA, but this comes with experience. Remember, crawl, walk, run, then fly, right? So they were buying 2 shower doors, all right? And so what we'll do is go back over here and you'll see how I was able to load in the nomenclature, the shower door. I knew who my vendor was, Home Depot. That's the part number. And then that's a solicitation number. Here's a cage code. You know, this is all information that I loaded in here. So let's go back. Let's go to the actual source of product. And so I highlighted the actual product link from Home Depot and stored it in my database. So I can say, hey, who is my customer or who is my vendor? Where did I buy this from? Or how do I get access to it after the fact? And so let me go ahead and load up the actual website again. Give me a second here. Boom. All right, cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and just copy and paste and drop that link right in here. So what this is going to do is take us to Home Depot. All right. So now we can see the model number is here in the upper right-hand corner of Home Depot's website. And yes, we do have an account with Home Depot, which is great. So we can literally just log into our account and buy this, drop it into our shopping cart, and we're off to the races. Here, one second. Let's do that again. Something happened to the website when I did that. Actually, as a matter of fact, I may have to log in. I don't know why the website is giving me a hard time. Okay, there it is. There was a pop-up that I clicked on that kind of got in the way. You can see it kind of loading. Yeah. All right. So here's the product again, and you can see that the retail price. So this isn't any discounted pricing that I'm getting from Home Depot. The retail price was $391.99 for 1 door. All right. So then they show that they have 12 in stock, and you can either ship it to a local store where you can go and pick it up yourself, or you can have it delivered to your office. And I believe when I put this in, I think the delivery was around $55 for 2 of these or something. All right. So that's kind of how I was able to source this, literally going to homedepot.com, put in the part number and finding the opportunity here. And what I like about Home Depot too, and a lot of these different like big box retailers, is that it'll give you a lot of information. You can look at product details, you can look at product specifications, because sometimes you want to just make sure that you're comparing apples to apples and whatnot as it relates to the national stock numbers. But keep in mind, this particular procurement was not for a NSN. This was a non-NSN item. And so the warfighter needed some shower doors, and this is the one that they wanted to buy. So let's go back into my tool. So as you can see, I loaded all the pertinent information in. I even copied and pasted right from the website at Home Depot what the product description was. Yeah, that's what I want to show you. So down here, as far as the product description, I think I got that from the top up here, I believe. Yeah, I just highlighted that right from here. So the legend says, it tells you the dimensions and all this good stuff. So I just literally highlight that. And the manufacturer in this case is Coastal Shower Doors, not Home Depot, by the way. But you saw that the contract called out for Home Depot. It didn't call out for Coastal Shower Doors. So that's just kind of the nuances of doing business with federal contracting. You just kind of got to know how to read between the lines. And it looks like I bid this contract on March the 5th. Keep in mind that the contract was that you had to respond by March the 10th. So I bid on March the 5th, and we got the award a couple of days ago. Now, going through the details in here. So this is an FOB destination contract, as was shown on the PDF there. I didn't highlight that, but that's also important to know, meaning that we are on the hook to ship this product to the DLA. All right. Looks like, nope. And Tina, no, I did not call for pricing. I went straight to the Home Depot's website, saw the pricing, as you can see here. My vendor wholesale price, well, at least that's the field that I have in my calculator here. I put $391.99. I knew that it was going to be $55 to ship it to our warehouse. All right. So, and I can just kind of visualize shower doors, like I have, shower doors in your home. So you can kind of imagine that they're just a rectangular object. And also it was important. I wanted to know what the weight of the door was. So 65 pounds. So these are things that you want to kind of factor into, because you don't want to you don't want to lose your shirt on shipping. All right. So if I go back to the Home Depot's website, and this is to your point, Tina, and thank you for the comment there, that going into the product details is really, really important, because, I'm looking at all this different information and the dimensions. And then what I always like to look at is that product weight, because weight means something when you're shipping, especially for FOB destination contracts, meaning we're going to have to get the product shipped to our warehouse. Then we're going to have to bag and tag, that is, put all the military labels and what the DLA requires per our terms and conditions of our contract, and then get that out the door to the designated DLA depot. And in this case, in my contract, let me bring this back up real quick. I just want to show you this item is shipping to, looks like was at Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. All right. So it's one of the DLA's customers that wants this shipped to their location in Pennsylvania. All right. So this isn't going to any of the designated DLA depots. It looks like it's going to an actual Army depot. All right. So this is just how cool it is working with the DLA, because you're literally supporting the warfighter in more ways than one. It's almost like, proud to be an American. This is kind of how you can be a part of that in supporting the warfighter in more ways than one. All right. So let me minimize that. So that's kind of my thought process behind it. I said, okay, 65 pounds, that's not probably going to cost too much money to reship it. I figure it probably run me about maybe $150 tops to ship both doors to Pennsylvania. And this more than likely would ship out of our St. Louis office. All right. And so going back to the actual tool, so you can see it's like, okay, DLA Guru, a lot. I understand. How much money are you making? All right. So what I decided to do on this one, I increased it from my cost of goods sold at $391.99, and roughly Home Depot charges me $55 to ship it to our office. I put a markup of 97.71%. Cha-ching, 97.71%. So literally doubling my money, right, is kind of what it is. And so it kind of shows you what my profit per item, it automatically calculates it. So for example, if I didn't want to make it 97, if I wanted to make it, let's say 57, all right, 57, I could have put 57% markup, and then you can see how the numbers kind of change. Let me do an undo, or does now let's see, 97.71. Okay, 97.71. So you can see I put a 97.71 markup, and it automatically backs out the $55 for the additional ship, and it lets me know what my subtotal profit margin on this contract is. $711.02. All right, let me do it. Hopefully you guys can hear that money bag. If you can't hear the money bag, I got my little stream deck here. Let me just give it a round of applause, right? Round of applause. You can hear that. So this contract, literally, my potential profit margin is $711.02. And I say potential because we have to reship the item back out to the DLA. So let's just say if it costs me $150 to reship it. So 155. So 55, I'm sorry. So $55 plus 150. I want to make sure I get the numbers right because I'm kind of thinking on the fly here. So let's say that the total shipping cost, that is incoming shipping, inbound shipping, and outbound shipping. Let's say my shipping budget was roughly $205, and and probably 150 is kind of on the high side because we have a great account with UPS and all this good stuff, so we get a lot of discounts with UPS. But literally, my profit margin, worst case scenario, if this is what it was, $561 that I'll make, and literally all I'm doing is going to click it into Home Depot's web portal, get it shipped to our office, go on VSM, put on the labels, bag and tag it, request for the pickup, and have the item shipped straight to the Army Depot in Pennsylvania, and we make $500. And what's so cool about it, you just saw the Home Depot had 12 of these doors in stock. All right, so you say, okay, well, how much time do I have to ship the item? If you scroll to my contract award here, I literally put a 60-day delivery on it. So you can see I even fielded that in my tool. So I have all that information, pertinent information available in my tool when I'm ready to rock and roll and ready to fulfill this contract opportunity. All right, so that's kind of how you wrap your mind around crawling, walking, running, then flying. All right. And this is something that can be repeatable over and over again because the DLA, they buy consumable items. These are items when they break down, they need to replace them. They go back out, issue a solicitation, issue a purchase rec, and they're looking to buy it again. All right. So this is just, this is easy money. I don't know how easy, how much easier can it get than something like this? But again, it's knowing how to navigate and how to be positioned in order to understand what the DLA is looking to buy, and then knowing where you can go and source those products in order to support the warfighter with their efforts. That's what federal contracting is really all about. All right, looks like we got 14 concurrent viewers and 8 likes in the building. Hopefully you guys can see those comments kind of rolling up. We got Tina, she's putting on, she says, is Section B always where you find the destination of the products? As Section B, yeah, Section B will always show you. Sometimes it will say you have to reach out to the go through the vendor shipping module in order to find out the final destination. Tina. So yeah, pretty much all of what you need to know is based in the contract itself. All right. So yeah. And is there any other questions that you guys got there? We got 13 concurrent viewers. Oh, it looks like we got a Brigadier General or Patreon member that just entered the building there. Really truly appreciate it. 13 viewers in the building. What you guys got for me? I got a little more time for you before we kind of begin to wind this down. But that's pretty much what I want to show you guys today as it relates to how you crawl, you walk, then you run and fly. But you want to make sure that you're doing things where you're able to repeat this. All right. You want to make it repeatable. That's how businesses are. You want to set up systems that are repeatable, that you can train and build a team of people within your organization that can constantly, review these types of opportunities and bid on these opportunities. That's the name of the game when it comes to doing business with the Defense Logistics Agency, or I would say with any federal contracting agency, but namely because I'm the DLA Guru. So we're just talking strictly about those types of opportunities. All right. So any additional questions that you guys may have out there, let me know what you got. Let me know what you got. What you got for me? What you got for me? What you got for me? All right. So no questions are kind of coming in there. So let me go ahead and move it along here. Yeah. So if you are interested and not, if you're not interested in upgrading your subscription to the Brigadier General today, but you are interested in talking to yours truly, the DLA Guru, and you're just trying to figure out your lane, if the DLA may be a great customer for you, I recommend that you get involved. I recommend that you seek GovCon training and coaching in more ways than one. There are a handful of content creators here in the YouTube space. They're talking great stuff about the DLA. I highly recommend that you receive as much information as you want, but don't have analysis paralysis or information overload, sometimes you just got to just dive in and just get in the game. It's great to be in the bleachers, but the DLA is looking for us to actually be active, to get registered, to get involved, to start to bid on those contracts, because you just never know when you may find a lot of that low-hanging fruit if you have a myopic focus on growing your business and learning how you can do business with the DLA. I highly recommend that you guys consider joining our DLA vendor network. And the best way, I think, is to find me over on LinkedIn. As you can see, let me put this on this, put my face here. But if you can find me on LinkedIn right below my chin there. Just search at the DLA Guru when you're on LinkedIn, and my profile will come up on LinkedIn, where you'll be able to request, hey, I'd like to join the DLA vendor network. I'll take a look at your profile. Make sure you have a nice profile picture, your pearly whites. Let me know your educational background, some of your business accolades. And if I think that you got what it takes to be a part of our growing community over on LinkedIn, I will invite you to be a part of our members only, by invite only DLA vendor network over on LinkedIn. Again, you can find me at the DLA Guru. And if you're interested in saying, okay, DLA Guru, it's cool, I don't necessarily need to upgrade my subscription to the Brigadier General, but I'm just want to get the information. I want to get the know-how. I do offer a masterclass. Yes, I call it my 360-degree DLA contractor training program. It's designed specifically for you to hit the ground running so that you will be successful in not only registering your company, knowing how to bid on contracts, knowing how to set up watch lists, using third-party software, and all the kind of tools. I literally pop the hood on the engine of our business and just allow you to test drive it to see if it's something that may apply to your business where you can grow your business. In my 360-degree training program, I offer 3 classes. You'll get the number 1 class, which is the pre-award masterclass. I entitled it My 8 Steps to Successful Federal Supply Contract Bid Submissions to the DLA. And you'll also get access to my second masterclass, which is my post-award masterclass, because after you get a contract, like the Home Depot contract that you saw on screen there, you got to know how to bag and tag, how to ship, and how to make sure all the logistics are in place in order to make sure that the warfighter gets what they are buying from you. And you then have to know how to invoice the DLA, right? How to track the payments to make sure that there are no issues with the money flow. All right. And so you'll get all that in my post-award masterclass. I entitled that My 4 Steps to General Post-Award Processes to Successfully Complete Supply Contracts with the DLA. And last but not least, again, I showcased a commercial off-the-shelf product, but if this was one of our manufactured goods contracts, I also offer for you as a bonus my 4 steps to fast track enhanced joint certification program, also known as the DLA's enhanced validation program. They just recently changed the name, but you'll get this as a bonus. It's a 4-step process that can make sure that you get EJCP certified within 7 to 14 business days, guaranteed, as long as you follow the steps. And you'll get all 3 of these courses. That's why I call it my 360-degree training, because it's like the 360-degree, all what I believe that you'll need to hit the ground running for success in growing your business, so that you can crawl before you walk, before you run, and then fly, and have that confidence level of doing business with the world's largest customer, the DLA. And for those of you who are seasoned and you're like, hey, that's great, we know how to do, we can search Home Depot and Lowe's and all this good stuff. We're interested in scaling our business and hiring folks in order to build our DLA contracting army. Well, I offer an interactive DLA contractor coaching program. It's a 12-session deep dive. I call it my 90-day challenge. That's also available to you as well, where you can cam up and mic up with me for 12 sessions where we do a deep dive in a group session. Let's say you have an organization of multiple employees. We all cam up and mic up on LinkedIn, and we just talk shop about how to grow your business. I believe internship programs are the best way. That's how we've grown our business. And then you scale your business in that way. All right. Because you got to have butts and seats in order to bid these contracts with the DLA. You have to have a team of folks that are bidding these contracts. And that's what you'll learn in our interactive DLA contracting coaching program. You can find all this information as you see on screen. It's real simple. www.thedlaguru.com. TheDLAGuru.com. It's just that simple. You don't even have to write it down. Just remember TheDLAGuru.com. You just log on to there, and you can literally click the link where you can book a 15-minute pre-screening phone call. We can talk a little bit more about what my training programs may offer, where you are in your DLA journey. That's what that's really all about, guys. All right, cool. No more questions that came up in the chat as I was talking. I guess you guys are, yeah, I guess you've had your fill of DLA Guru today. So I want to thank you for watching today. Fantastic. Looks like we had 12 concurrent viewers and 9 likes. We will be in the building till about 1 o'clock today, Central Standard Time. So if you guys are a little late to the live stream and you're watching this on the replay and you want to cam up and mic up and learn a little bit more about how to create watch lists for like Home Depot items or any other types of items that you're looking to, that you have access to, today is your day to upgrade your subscription to the Brigadier General level and meet us over here in StreamYard. Well, until we meet again, I wish you all the success in your federal contracting journey. The DLA is a great customer to get involved with. I recommend you give it a try. All right. And if you're interested in talking with me again, feel free to shoot me an email, as you can see on screen there. The fed.contracting@nmsupply.com is generic, but it comes directly to me. So if you have any direct questions that you want to reach out and touch me via email, that's how you reach out to the DLA Guru. Fed.contracting@nmsupply.com. Well, until we meet again, my friends, I want to just wish you a bunch of success, and I'll see you guys at the top.